So, hello everybody, I'm Susie and I'm doing a dog drawing workshop for hospital rooms. We're going to try and do this one. I'm going to try and do this one. And it's got a sort of browny, chocolatey, basic colour. So I'm going to put on a basic chocolatey ground. And I'm using a simple range of colours, which are acrylic colours, but you could also use watercolour. I'm going to stay quite naturalistic. I mean, I do exaggerate. Matisse once said that you can exaggerate in the direction of truth, so I kind of do exaggerate, but I'm not using wildly odd colours. So I'm using a sepia colour and a reddy brown colour, white, nice glob of white, and black, which I've got here. And these are golden acrylics, which are quite fluid, because I sort of like working with watered down mediums. So I'm going to put down a sort of chocolatey ground on the whole bit of paper, because that seems to me to be the basic colour behind the image. And then I like kitchen roll to hand always. I smooth that over with the kitchen roll to make a sort of flat, smooth surface to work into, and then go into it with a smaller brush. And the dog is a sort of, not quite black, is it? It's sort of a slightly Payne's grey colour. Payne's grey and white, maybe. So I'm just drawing it on quite quickly. And it's foreshortened, of course, so the body, the front part of the body is larger than the back because it's nearer to us. And it's got a strange tail sticking out of the back. And then the white has a sort of bluish tinge. It's quite good to think about, you know, colours that are not pure black, pure white, pure red. They've got another colour lurking inside them. So this dog's front here, his chest, is a sort of icy bluey white, with little legs coming out like that. And within the ears there's a pinky colour. And I think I need a smaller brush. It's quite refined. There's a bit of black there, along with the Payne's grey to do the darker areas. And a nice nose. And then all this lovely fur. You can go to town on kind of whiskery marks to suggest the fur. And there's the paws. So the body's, dog's body is coming along, but we've got to do the eyes, and also maybe some shapes around it. Oh, and I tend to have several pots of water, one very clean, one gets a bit dirty, and one may get very dirty, but I can go back to the clean one so things don't get muddy. The eyes are kind of black into black, but there's a white ring around them so that you can define them like that. Might be better if I let some of this dry, but I haven't got time. Okay, so, and then maybe to give a bit of definition, a bit more definition, we could have some shapes round the dog. He's sitting on a complicated arrangement of cushions. So I don't know if this will work or not, but I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna make some shapes around his body. Actually, there's a bit of reddy. I need a bit more red there. That acrylic is called, I think it's by Lasco, which is rather expensive, so I don't use much of it very often. And it's also not as liquid as golden, but it's the colour I kind of need for now. So, because, you know, a painting is an arrangement of shapes, designs, lines on a flat ground, it's sort of quite nice to think about the whole structure of the painting, the shape of the dog, of course, but also what's round it, what's round the dog. And we've got here these flat shapes of the cushions, which I'm putting in. And then I quite like having a bit of contrast of marks in something, in a picture. And so I quite like putting some lines and maybe so that you get a bit of difference between different kinds of mark making. Just flattening this shape off here. Didn't look right before. I cover bits up to sort of think about whether they need darkening or lightening. I just take them out with my hand, and then I think, what do I need there? Is it darker, lighter? Doesn't always work, of course, but it's an attempt to try to see how the picture's going. So I think we need darker tone up here. And then I'm going to go in with some brighter, sounds like Jamie Oliver, go in with, that's what his phrase, some bright white for the, just tinged with a bit of Payne's grey, which is, as you know, bluey grey. So this is for his snout here, and this I think needs to be brighter too. Too thick. And then I'm getting the end of the brush to try and do some dots of white for the eyes. I mean, you can make a mark with anything really that seems right. You know, you can scratch with the end of a brush or make marks with rags or pencils or pastels or whatever materials you've got. I've even painted with coffee when I ran out of brown paint, so, you know, I'm not averse to using any old thing that comes to hand if it feels right. Maybe a bit more line round here for the collar and so on. Just going to look and see how that looks. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Can't really see, but perhaps on there's better. I think I need some darker tone at the top. And then mixing Payne's grey. If you don't have Payne's grey, you can mix it with ultramarine blue and black, by the way. But it's a useful paint to have. Nearly there. Trying to simplify it a bit. It had got a bit too complicated, I felt. Okay. A few whiskers. Okay, there we are. There's the dog. Well, there are two dogs, so looking forward to you having a go yourselves.